All right, so they say I'm live on this here thing, so we gonna see how this goes again. And oh, just so let's go, people. So since now I'm being told that all of you are watching, you know who you are. There's no free promo on this over here. Happy to see you, Miss Lady, Miss V. Happy to see you. Happy you over here watching and you listening. Let me make sure this is all right. People come. All right, y'all coming over now. Thank you, love. Hey, so let me ask y'all something since I'm new to this. Are you all seeing it on YouTube? Is it showing up on YouTube now? Because this is a teachable moment for me. I'm learning as I go. Oh, thank you, sis. I see. Thank you for showing me. This is good. I appreciate y'all, comrades. Let me turn this down. All right. Let me see if I can. Okay, this is cool. All right. Hang tight. Jason, I appreciate you. Oh, you got a notification, Jason. Thank you, Popular, for being here. Now, yeah, we're gonna be learning as we go. This is all about I guess. Okay, let me invite you all. Copy. I can't find it, damn it. It said, so to you, brethren, it said for those that I guess are subscribed to the Snap Ministry podcast, they got a notification. Um, yeah, I agree with what you just said, J Babe. So those have gotten notifications apparently. Perfect, Beth. Oh, I'm literally trying to invite you as we speak now. Um, so let me go ahead and do that. My brethren, you're welcome, my brethren. I just saw your message. So y'all just vibe out for a minute as we're gonna get this thing loaded. And I've already been told that those TikTokers, they're live streaming me on TikTok right now, like they always do, and talking their trash and etc. etc. Which it is what it is. That's not my ought to carry. I don't move in that. I don't move in those lights. Let me go and grab your email real quick, sister, so I can go ahead and get you up here. Hold tight, sis. I'm coming. Hold tight, y'all. Y'all just vibe out on your own while I get this together. Oh, 1963. And hell, I'm sitting here being all kind of nervous about this because this is not my thing that I like to do. But I sit and think about all the people that sit on the goddamn live on TikTok and just stare at the computer screen or just be sitting and talking about a bunch of nothing. Beth, oh, check your email. I just sent it to you as well. And hold on, other sister, I'm getting ready to send it to you as well. Um, so that you can come up if you want. Yeah, so let me just not be so hard on myself because yeah, I see other people just doing what they do. So it's all a teachable moment for me. All right, hang tight, y'all. I'm gonna invite one more person up and then we'll be good. All right, so and you know something, while I'm sitting here pulling this up and thinking about those people that are live streaming this on TikTok for a moment, let me make y'all laugh. And this is how immature this group of individuals can be. They'll sit there and talk about a person like their features, their physical features, like a bunch of elementary, middle school children, like to just attack people how they look and things like that. Instead of just having intellectual conversations, they'll sit there and attack those people. Um, so yeah, or attack like their numbers. I'm back. I got a notification. Jason, how did it go? All right. Let me know, sisters, if y'all got the invite to come up. and then we'll get into it. Okay, so guess. Okay. So she said she was bullied at school that bad that she left school at 15 and didn't do her exam. You know something, Noodle, I knew that without even somebody telling me that perhaps send it to the group. Okay, I'll do that. Give me a second, sis. You know something, Noodle? I'm a dress Noodle. I'll send it over. You know something, Noodle? I knew that as a popular kid in school, one of the ways that I met a girlfriend of mine when I was in high school and sisters, I'm gonna bring you up. I want to address Noodle. One of the things that I met one of my girlfriends when I was in high school, and like literally I was like most popular, like runner up for homecoming queen, all of those things, like well known always, just because I'm good people's, right? And I'm not saying that gloating. I'm just saying like real talk. And I met this girl who was being bullied by a bunch of girls, and I happened to be walking past the classroom, and hey Ross, and it was four of them like running up on her, and I kind of went and interjected because they knew me and they knew who I roll with, etc., etc. And I was swore in like and this girl was pregnant too. She was 16 years old. She was a teen mom. She was pregnant. 6 months. She was big, and these girls were bullying her. And I was like, at that moment, I remember the feeling that I had, and it was a feeling of like, yo, you people, you gotta fight for underdogs. Because if you in a position where people follow you or people admire you or look up to you, then you have a responsibility. And just from even young, I realized like that's something, a mantle that I don't have a problem taking up, and that brings us to where we are today with this whole age, with not this whole, with this Adriana Young case and all of the leeches that have aligned and attached themselves to this case and are doing a true disservice to this family. Um, by bringing all of this confusion. And before I see if I can get my comrades up here, I want to say this before my comrades come up here. We really, as a people, have to start asking ourselves, how would we want to be treated? If it were you, would you, in your state of crisis, want all of this negative energy, all of this chaos around you? And let's address the elephant in the room. Family sometimes be fucked up, right? That's just what it is. There's people within my family that I don't rock with like that because we're not energetically aligned. We're fundamentally opposed to one another, but they're still my family. And at the end of the day, if somebody else mess with them, I'm running the car through the building. Does that make sense? So it's like, for people that are on the outside and they're judging this family because of this, that, and the other, at the end of the day, they're still family. So that whole episode yesterday, all of the things that I heard yesterday, just speaks in volumes to the state of mind to where we are as a people, that we have no compassion. We are really lacking empathy and sympathy, people. And that's something that infuriates me. And that brings us back to the nucleus of the matter of the conversations that has been going around so often as it pertains to Haley Comet. Hi, Haley. What is wrong with this person's spirit? What is wrong with this person's being that you have to continuously inject yourself into the nucleus of creating families? And not only inject yourself, but also add more to their grievances, opposed to creating, being a helpmate. So yeah, so I mean, these are just the things that led me to be very adamant in speaking up against people that try and harm um, family members that are grieving. So let me go ahead now and share this with my tribe, and let's get them up here, inshallah. And let's see if we can have this conversation with other comrades. Because I know a lot of the ones that are watching quietly, behind the scenes, that are watching for their own content, a lot of them are here for their own content, or they're here for, just to chat and to gossip and to to not talk about realness, but here on this side of the fence, we're here to talk about realness and real people and feelings and people having accountability for their actions. That's really what this is about. This isn't about, I just sent it you all, so let me know if you got it. And if you got it, message me and let me know if I'm lacking something, if I need to do something else to bring you up. But that's what we're here about. We're here to talk about accountability. So until my comrades come up, I'll just have conversations with you all through the comments, and we'll continue talking as we go. Her domestic V is also a massive exaggeration. Can you imagine her controlling behavior when she didn't get her own way? We see how she had a meltdown towards Brian. So imagine how she was in private. Yeah, so to your point, Jason, that's something that I've actually spoken about before. And then instead of her addressing exactly what I stated verbatim, she utilized that like she always says, and she spent my words. So since they are all here watching and listening, I'll go ahead and reiterate what I said before, and give clarity. I agree with you, Jason Hyatt, because as a woman, again, now this is a woman who's lived a very full and colorful life. I would not dare every time I get an opportunity continue to discuss my past traumas, hence domestic violence. I mean, I was a young thing, and I had a relationship or two, and one or two of them was not the healthiest, and one of them re- resulted in domestic violence. But I truly was a victim. But I don't continuously talk about that. All right, it looks like we here. Let me bring my sister up on stage.
Hi, sis. We did it. We
We
did it.
did
The only thing is
it.
I can't hear though.
Oh goodness.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. You sound lovely.
Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
I can. People in the comments, let me
I'm taking
know
off the
if you
mic now.
all if you can hear Sister Beth O. If you can hear her, you all drop a
Is
snap
everybody
in the
hearing me?
comments. I can hear you.
Hmm.
Yeah, Popular says they can hear you, Beth. So everyone can hear
Well, I'm
you.
here. I can't hear myself. That's the
That's
only
okay.
thing.
Well, we can hear you. That's what matters. You heard me
Yeah.
say that? You heard
And I
me?
can't even hear you. So there's something that's not right.
Oh, then yeah, you
I
got
can't hear you.
I'm gonna
I'm just
message you.
lip reading. Everyone can see you. Everyone can see you and hear you, but you're lying because I can't hear myself like I could do yesterday. Yeah, I can't hear myself.
Your mic is not muted on my end. It's not muted. And everybody's saying they can hear you perfectly. I can hear you. I can
Can the
see you.
chat hear me? Can those
Yeah,
in the
they're all
chat?
saying they're all
I
saying
can't
yes, they
even
can.
hear you, sis. I'm just lip reading you.
I'm just
That's
having
okay.
a snack.
I don't understand.
Hey, beautiful. Hey,
Uh,
sunshine.
Hi.
Can you hear us? And can you all in the chat hear Sister J Babe that just came up? Let me
yeah, my
drop
volume is
some
up,
type of. Okay, so Baji say they can all hear
and I
us.
can't even hear J-Bay.
Hey.
Hey,
Exactly.
sis.
Hi, sis. I can't even hear you. I can't hear nobody, and yet my mic is on, and it's saying everyone can hear and see you.
I can hear both of you.
Let me ask Beth a question.
J-Babe, can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Can you hear yourself?
From I can hear you guys. I don't know if you can hear me.
Give me a second, you all. I'm gonna finish my statement, but I'm glad my comrades are up here. That makes me feel more about. Yeah. Let me kiss.
What about now? You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine, sis. Don't
Okay.
change a thing. Don't trouble yourself. Don't trouble yourself. You're all right.
Okay.
While we waiting for no, you still beautiful. While we waiting for our sister Beth O to get her audio straightened up, I'm gonna finish my statement because again, I think it's paramount that we set the tone as it pertains to these conversations. So because of how people like to use what's the term called triangulation, they'll misconstrue information and make it seem like the people that are really on the passive side or the result oriented side, because they're bringing up truths. Sisters, can we mute our mics when we, so that we don't because I want the people to know. I'm not being rude by asking you all that. I just want them to make sure we all
Okay.
are heard clearly. Um,
Try.
so this is not a hate live because that is what's going to
Mhm.
be stated yesterday, and this is how predictable the other side of the fence can be. This is nothing about hate. I don't hate any. Well, my baby falls being sick, but you know what I mean. Like this is not a hate live. This is an awareness live, and this is actually for me a frustration live, and for my comrades. So the goal today is to unpack all of the mass hysteria from yesterday, and to also for those that might have any questions, those who just want to speak, to have a dialogue about where we are today as it pertains to true justice for Adriana Young and all of the white noise that surrounded her and the whole question we're really posing is all of this stuff around her, particularly as it pertains to Hayley Comet, is it beneficial for the case? Can we say that this woman had the family's best interest at hand from start until now? And these are questions that we're posing, especially after the rant and the manic behavior of yesterday. So the question that we're asking is, you know, is this healthy? J Babe, since you're here, I'm gonna go ahead and let you. Do you want to take the floor, say something in regards to that question, or how do you want to? What are you feeling you want to unpack, sis?
I would say no. I would say now it has moved away from justice for Adriana to now TikTok battles and TikTok showdown between various groups, finding and proofing who said this and who said what. It just takes away.
I agree. Bethel, can you hear us now? Can you hear us? Bethel, can you hear us? I think my sister is having technical difficulties. Beth, can you hear us? She looks frozen, right? Yeah. Well,
Some region.
while we wait for Sister Beth, Jason, I wouldn't go as far as to say that, especially on a public platform. But I really do. I said it before. I have the loathing for this woman because it's no way, shape, or form that anybody with any common sense and two eyes cannot tell that this woman is not for the family. And I say that because, and I'm going to play this video. If you all are okay with it, I'm going to just go ahead and run this. Say, Faye, if you're listening, I hope you're okay with this because I'm going to run this video. I just think it's so important, especially like for Ross and those who have not seen this yet, for them to see this. And this is where the conversation really is is interesting to say the least. Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? Actually, before I do that, let me play this clip. So this clip that I'm about to play, which Sefe, big up yourself for always providing the facts and information when it comes to the clips. Sefe, Sefe, okay, Beth looks like she might be better. Let me kick this one out because she just came back in. Beth,
Yeah.
are you good now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
We always could. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
that's right.
So that's great. Great, great, great. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. So let me play this. I'm gonna run this real quick, the getaway,
Mhm.
but I want you all to listen. So before, let's set some context. So prior to up until now, Angie, the unknown Angie, not the two N Angela,
Mhm.
had been a primary source per se for HC in gathering and gaining information as it pertains to the nucleus of the family. All of the negative comments that was made about the granny and Stefan per se was stated from this Angie person, whom now, per we saw yesterday's whole commotion and everything, she has now called out, and she's called out her name, Camille Ruffner, surname Young. So now, for whatever reasons, Haley is now attacking the last comrade that I believe she had as it pertains to the family. So I'm going to play the clip because now I guess Angie got wind of what was said about her and her family
Mhm.
through the
Mhm.
grapevine, and Angie, I won't say retaliated, but she responded. She gave her response on the Fire Feeling show. And you all let me know if, because I stopped watching him while ago after some commotion when I tried to advocate and tell him heads up about Hayley. So this is the recording. Let me turn it up. Hold on, let me turn it up.
Okay, doesn't matter where you sit today, you're still going to make another video. Still going to make another video. I said to Hayley, because I saw a video and he said to me,
You can hear.
running, you think I didn't know the one you keep running every minute? Oh, I'm for the autopsy. Hayley said she paid for the autopsy. I called Hayley, I corrected me, stop. You give over your money that were donated to you. So when you're going to speak, stop saying you pay for the autopsy. Come out and let the public know where the money went to. Just let people know the money went directly to their family. That's all. You gone off with this, you gone off with that. Stop Hayley block me. I call yourself, say, yo, Hayley block me. No, you make sense. When the internet is eating Hayley up alive, the one who came on your show repeatedly, I sent so many voice notes to Hayley phone. I said, Hayley, you can go and play these. You would like call me. I said, no, don't show my face, but call me and let these people know that you got the money directly. Do not like bullying. I'm telling you that straight up. I don't like people bullying nobody. So I did not appreciate nobody bullying Hayley. I will come out and say, XYZ happening. Reporting this, they need to stop talking about this woman. Hayley has been doing this, Hayley been doing that. Listen, he's on the way on his due. But it doesn't matter what I said, Hayley's still going to make a video. Now to the video, she's saying, oh, she's coming out tomorrow and say things that she wasn't even supposed to say. Whatever. You do you. You do you. You got to do what you got to do for making money. You say you're done with Adriana's story. The next thing you know, you say, oh, I saw a video that the sister put out, and you know something? I'm going to try to reach out if anything, the family need anything. All you don't want the family need anything. All the family don't want you to go back again and ask people for money again, so you talk about it again. Are you doing it for talk? Does anybody want you to do anything to talk about it? Yes, I appreciate what Hayley did. I'm not going to go back and forth with it, but the end of the end there, it's not the one savior. My sister AMECIA saying that you're dealing with something, so you know what?
They're saying they can't hear anything. It's coming across muffled. They can't hear anything.
Okay.
Stop.
Can you all hear me now while I don't have my headphones in? Can all you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Right.
okay. Let me, what I'll do is I'll send it to my computer and I will play it that way. I was just trying to be quick about it. But while I'm queuing that up, let's just talk about it. So y'all that didn't hear, that literally was Angie on Firefield and Show. I'm gonna send it to my computer and then I need to record it real quick so that it'll so that was Angie, better known now as Camilla Ruffner, who has been Hayley's, primary source of information as it pertains to the nucleus of the family from the inception of the case, close to the inception of the case. So sadly, now Hayley has thrown Camille under the bus and now has
I think, can I just say this? And I think the only reason why
talk y'all talk for 5 minutes. Let me get this going.
I think the only reason why she's now talking is because obviously Hayley is now throwing her under the bus. Obviously I don't think she really wanted her true name to be divulged, because she just wanted to be known as the ANGIE with the one N, didn't she, initially? And I believe now that she's actually been named, hence why she's now speaking, out like to Hayley. What more do you want? Because it's self-explanatory in the video that you played. You may need to run it again, sis, because when you played it via your phone, it wasn't that clear.
Mhm.
So for people to get some clarity, you may need to run it through your system. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually, that's why I was hoping. Well, I don't know what happened to
Yeah.
J-Bay. We lost her, but I was hoping you all would converse again amongst yourselves while
Yeah.
I try and get this transferred over, because I need to transfer it real quick into from my iPad to my my computer. But go ahead,
But
Bethel, will you
but
do me a favor and will you take the reins and just talk to the
yeah,
people
no
and,
problem. Yeah,
or just
no
sit
problem.
down while I get this
And
together.
and the thing is, all Hayley needed to do at the end of the day, all we want to know is, did she send the money and how much did she send? I've said this time and time again, to save all the inconvenience and to save all us that don't believe that she sent it, which I still don't believe that she sent it. And well, the amount that she says, I think she must have sent a minuscule amount. All she needed to do was to remove her address. We already know that she's Hayley and we already know her surname. So all she needed to do was just to blot out her address and show us and circle or highlight it with a highlighter, the amount that she claims that she sent. Now, the reason why I believe she hasn't done that is because it wasn't the true amount that she sent, that she's telling us. Because how are you holding up, come on, how are you holding up a tiny little piece of paper and claiming that this is the amount you said? I mean, anybody can just come with a figure. It's a bank statement we need to see, Hayley. And no, we don't need to know where you live. I mean, we know you reside in Devon near Lidl's, but right, but we don't need to know your full address. You know, you come on, you claim to be intelligent because you were going to get justice for Adriana. You claim you're intelligent, that you are the right person in pursuit of justice. But what you have really been, Hayley, is the right one that has troubled so many people via body shaming, calling them the C word. That's what you have been good at, Hayley Comet. So, you know, your words don't hold any weight. Yeah. And every time, Hayley Comet, you keep saying you're done, you're done, you're done. Well, we are done with your lies, Hayley Comet, because you're just making up as you go. And you know that, you know, considering you claim that you speak the truth and you're a very nice person, in actual fact, you're a very vile person, because I know your minions are listening. You're a very vile person. And it's not just us that are speaking out against you. People that have had encounters with you through true crimes have spoken out against you. Victims, families have also spoken out against you. So I'm not really sure where that leaves you. And this is the message to the minions. Your boss, your leader, is really having a meltdown. And I would suggest that you get a GoFundMe going and send her to rehab. Yeah? That's what you really need to do. Yeah? No sugarcoating it. If you care about your leader, and you are concerned about her and whatever else that you people do amongst yourselves, get her some therapy. Okay? You know, and the other thing that I have to say, she claims that she doesn't beg for monies. She claims that she doesn't beg for gifts. But what was she doing the time just before she was going on holiday? Was she not begging for gifts?
Would you like for me to play that one? I got the other
Yes,
video, but I
please.
can actually play that one
Yes.
for those that
Yes. You
don't
never ever
really
seem to be
know.
able to remember your last word because it's so long being a pathological liar.
Yeah, I'm gonna run that. Hold on, sis. Let me just mark this. ANGIE response. And cue that up so that we can have that to easily bring up. You all just bear with us for a second. Sister Snap is an analog girl in a digital world, so we're working through it. Let me go ahead and cue that first one up. But since you just mentioned that, because that's something that I spoke about in my newest episode.
I don't beg for nothing. I don't beg for this. Yes, you do. Your lies are too much. You, as we were saying, you lie. Huh? What is wrong with you, woman? Now get a GoFundMe going and take yourself off to some therapy.
Well, I don't think that will happen, because here's the reality when you're dealing with people.
It won't happen because, you know, she doesn't believe that she's got any problems, but she surely does. And it's all now crumbling, and you're banging your countertop and everything. Is that going to help you? You know, you could have prevented all of this by showing the statement that you claimed that you sent this money without exposing anybody else. All we wanted to do was to see the full amount. You know, when you was on was it Hazel's thing, your counterpart, that little small child, Ellie, I think she goes by the name of, was your mouthpiece, claiming that she did send the money, and obviously you were fearful of the address. We don't need to. Listen. Where you reside currently, right now, is on TikTok. Yeah, that's your home. You know, if we needed to send any letters, we would think about sending it to TikTok streets. Yeah. So you don't need to be in fear of your home being invaded by any of us. But what you need to be in fear of is that you are not a credible person to get anybody any justice. You are not a credible person to deliver justice for Adriana. Because if you were, you would not be conducting yourself in the manner that you are. You are a vile individual that I believe your gratification is by the hurt that you are giving to victims and their family. That is gratification for you. And when things don't go your way, you turn out to the way that you are now, a very nasty and vile person, Hayley Comet. So yeah. Is your recording ready yet, sis?
Yeah, it absolutely is. I was granting you your space.
She fell out with Hazel, because I'm just reading the comments. She fell out with Hazel because Hazel dared to interact with those of us that she is too afraid to. So she blocked him. She had a falling out with him. She blocked him, which I think is a shame, really, because obviously he was a supporter of hers. I quote supporter, because that's what she loves. She loves support. Yeah. And what I mean by that is not some support necessarily of her mouth, but support for them to pet her and say, yeah, you're doing good, Hayley. You're okay, Hayley. And, petting her a bit like the chihuahua that she is.
Let me, for some context, people. So Jason, what my sister Beth O is expressing to you here. So Hazel, at a point in his time, and for those that don't know, I think always context is imperative. This gentleman by the name of, I won't say gentleman, but this man by the name of Hazel, the Brown or whatever, he has this TikTok show, and he, just like so many others that are on TikTok, and this is a no free promo space for me at this point, because I'm actually quite tired of talking about people that I don't think are worthy of my energy. I'll just say it like this: there are people that are on TikTok now that, just like HC had attached and aligned herself like a parasite to hold on to this Young and Simon family, for as we believe we have an educated theory as to why that is now. There are people now that are aligning and attaching themselves to Hayley because they're trying to get their numbers up, is the way that I'll say it. Hazel was one of those people. And Hazel, for whatever reasons, decided he wanted to ask the comment catchers, which is what we called ourselves during that time, get our perspective, because the first initial meeting that we had with him, we were not given an opportunity. It was a very biased platform, and it went off the freaking rails, is the way that I'll say it. And we got another chance to speak to him, but only, Beth, and correct me if I'm wrong, but only after HC had threw him to the rings. And I say that because, threw him out to dry because she was upset that he gave us, the comment catchers, an audience. So this is what HC has a tendency to do. When things don't go her way, or if factual information comes out about her, she gets upset at anybody who is not fighting for her. And this is a pattern that she has. It's like, why didn't you fight for me? Why would you have my haters? This is what her exact words, and I quote, why would you have my haters on your platform? Like, you're not my effing friend. Like, it's too elementary and it's too personal. Everything with her becomes personal and very elementary. So that's what they fell out about Ross, just to add more context to what my sister said. It was very personal because he, in trying, just like her, like she's used people in the true crime community that I've heard to build her platform. Am I correct in what I'm saying, Beth? Where she, in the beginning, she had a very low following. It was people that were big, and there's a recording that I have of
her platform grew through Adriana's demise, unfortunate demise. That's how her platform grew, and because it has done that, she feels that she's a credible person to bring justice for Adriana. Now, yet again, I'm going to go back to the way you're acting, as you claim. Well, first of all, you said that you were you had a degree in criminology. I mean, there's just been so many lies. I mean, you're catching yourself in your own fishing net, mate. Hayley Comet or Hayley Williams. You're like a little sprat. That the fishermen just dash out at the side and they catch. Because you keep catching yourself out in lies. You cannot remember your last words. Hayley Comet, vomits. I'm trying to be cutesy and Jamaica like OMG says, but it's very difficult to, when you're dealing with something so disgusting. You want to be body shaming people, but I don't know whether you have any mirrors in your house, Hayley Comet. I don't know. For somebody that wants to be body shaming everybody else. I even saw you today trying on a dress because you were going to some little party. I don't know why you would have thought that dress would have been appropriate. It could be appropriate as a duster. But
all right,
I don't know.
All right, behave. Behave yourself, sis. Cute scenes and more, cute scenes and more. Sis.
Trying to be more, but she doesn't deserve it.
Understandable, but this is the beauty of our side of the fence. We're not here to attack people on a personal level, even though we have our personal opinions. I think it's important for us not to do a disservice. But I'm holding my sister Beth O down as it pertains to sisterhood, but we definitely going to keep it cute sins and more. I'm going to go ahead and play the recording for you all that couldn't hear. So is that okay with you all in the chat? You all are ready to hear the recording? You ready, Beth? You ready?
Oh, of course, sis. Yeah,
okay.
I am.
All right, I'll go ahead and run it now.
But Madam Hayley said to her man SUBRYAN wrong. I'm gonna try to see if he can get the video done, whatever. I talk with Hayley. It doesn't matter what you said to Hayley. Hayley's still going to make another video. I said to Hayley, because I saw a video AMECIA sent to me. Why you keep running? You think any mother why you keep running every minute? Oh, I pay for the autopsy. Hayley said she paid for the autopsy. I called Hayley. I corrected Hayley. Stop. You give over, you hand over money that were donated to you. So when you're going to speak, stop saying you pay for the autopsy. You never have to come out and let the public know where the money went to. Just let people know the money went directly to the family. That's all. You gone off with this, you gone off with that. Stop, Hayley block me. When I call you, I say, yo, Hayley block me. Now, you make it make sense. When the internet is eating Hayley up alive, I am the one who came on your show repeatedly. I sent so many voice notes to Hayley's phone. I said, Hayley, you can go and play these. I said, if you would like, call me. I said, don't show my face, but call me and let these people know that I got the money directly. Like,
Because I do not like bullying. I'm telling you that straight up. I don't like people bullying nobody. Right? So I did not appreciate nobody bullying Hayley. I would come, I would say, fire XYZ happening. Man, report on this. They need to stop talking about this woman. Hayley has been doing this. Hayley been doing that. Understand? Give honor where honor is due. But it doesn't matter what I said. Hayley still going and make a video. Now today here she's saying, oh, she coming out tomorrow and say things that she wasn't even supposed to say. Whatever. You do you. You do you. You got to do what you got to do for make you money. You do you. But let us family ease the man. Rest and ease now. One time you keep saying you're done with Adriana's story. The next time now you're saying, oh, I saw a video that the sister put out and you know something, I'm going to try to reach out if anything, the family need anything. All you going to want the family need anything. All the family going to want you for go back again and ask people for money again for you to talk about it again. Are you doing for talk? Did anybody know that anybody want you to do anything for talk about it? Yes, I appreciate what Hayley did. I'm not going to go back and forth with it. But at the end of the S in there, Hayley is not the white savior. So Hayley running, coming and sending messages to AMECIA saying that, oh, you're dealing with fatter, so you know what, and then they're going to have justice. Let me let Hayley know this right now. You're hearing it from me because I've been on your side all along. And I'm tired. You ain't God. You are not God. Adriana will get justice with or without you. And who I said I am ungrateful, go right ahead. I don't care. Because I cannot see how much more do you want me to, how much more you want me bend backward over? Far back more. And I fall and break my back or what? I got a big back. How far back you want me to bend back for you, man?
Crazy. For real.
She gone, she blocked me. What have I done you? She gone, she block you. What you done her?
Me ain't getting out this shit. Me know what's going on. Me know how I fall in this.
The internet is not for the weak. She gone, she blocked me. What have I done you? She gone, she block you. What you done her?
Me ain't getting out this shit. Me know what's going on. Me know how I fall in this.
The internet is not for the weak at heart.
We rooting for she all the time over here, so we, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, this is crazy, man.
She sent a message, I'm a black you, I'm a black AMECIA, I'm a black SUBRYAN, I'm a black. You block everybody. But then you're opening your phone and you're sending stuff to the woman today. Because something that she did not give consent to Fata for do. You gone off on this woman case. You gone off go make a video about this woman. Oh, so I took $500 out of my own money that my 3 children need. Listen.
Wow.
You choose to do that, sister. Why you gotta talk about what you gave? My children that need that $500. Oh, she didn't care my children need it. But let me guess, she's saying this white bitch. Oh, this white this now and this white this now. That woman never said that. See why you're jumping to speculations. Why you jumping so high? You said AMECIA SUBRYAN need to let Fata go. Hayley, I said it to you. I will talk to SUBRYAN, but I cannot direct SUBRYAN life. Who this man talk to?
Exactly.
Yes, I'm old, but I ain't old enough to make SUBRYAN.
So he's a grown man.
That's crazy.
Well, you can't be jumping like hopscotch. One time you're done with Adriana case, another time you know what you're jumping back to Adriana case. You're done with it. Make up your mind. Make up your mind, but don't torment people in the process.
Real thing.
People don't like, oh, you want people to choose between they and their friends. That's their friend. They choose Fata. Fata wrong for come after you. SUBRYAN wrong for come after you.
That's crazy. Shit.
All right. Did we all hear that, people? For all the fellas in the front, middle, and the back, did we all hear that? And I want to talk about that a little bit.
Hayley is family. Hayley is family, according to Angie. So I guess she's giving her family member the boot now. So,
well, this is where I am with it. And so, to those that don't know, and for those that watched the Fire Feeling show, this was a reason to why I was eager to come on my own platform, a safe space for me to advocate and vindicate for myself, because I was the woman that called the Fire Feeling show that night. So for those of you that still watch him or supporters of him, which is fine, I respect that. On the day that Hayley Comet came onto his show, because by that point I had enough evidence to know that this was someone to be weary of. And me being at that time a supporter of the Let's Talk the Things TV show, podcast, whatever he calls it, I was like thinking like, yo, this is my brethren. He's been reporting on Adriana. He is for the Adriana case. He is fighting for the cause. I am with this brother. I am subscribing. And I called the show and I was able to get through. And I was like, yo, brethren, let me tell you something, brethren. It's your sister. Like, again, and this sadly sometimes it be our own. It be our own, you understand, that do us the worst, that's quick to throw us under the bus. And we're going to address Angie because there's some hot talking points that I think we all need to have that hard conversation. If you all here on the Snap Ministry are open to have that conversation. But I was literally attacked. He walked, I call it walk the dogs on me. He literally did a whole segment that evening. That was the early part show. He did a segment that evening, 30 minutes to talk to the woman that called in. He was letting her know how she was mixed up and rare, but he literally, he was talking to me. And all I was trying to do at that time was let him know, yo, brethren, listen to your sister. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you. Y'all need to be careful of this woman because it's going to be some mix up. This is not somebody that's coming with good intentions. I'm saying this with light and love. That was all I was trying to say to this brethren, and I got attacked. And then Angie called in. I will for fact stating purposes, I will say she didn't necessarily attack me. She said she understood what I said, she respected, but she went off and it was Hayley this and Hayley that. And this is why I've been trying to say in my comrades for so long is we cannot get so mixed up in emotions, especially when it comes to people that we should always be suspect about, because history has proven to us why we need to be suspect. And Angie, and to you all that are watching on the TikTok world that are streaming this right now, because we know, Beth, though we know that you are there. Let me tell all you young folks something that are on this train right now. All of you that are on the Hayley train, she will do you the same way. Hayley, you will do them the same way. As soon as she has no use for you, where she's going to use you all as shields. But here's the thing about you all are all hustling each other, because I'm watching all of you. Y'all all utilizing each other. I'm not here to judge y'all for that, because that's what y'all choose to do. But I am here to let you know I see you all, people that look like this. I see you all. And to the young man that has this following, and he's very rude and disrespectful to women, and to the women that are on his panel, shame on all you for still being on his panel when he talks to women the way that he talks to women, and we know what I'm talking about. So as it pertains to what we just heard, that is a prime example of when you let wolves into your house disguised in sheep's clothes, you will get eaten. You will get eaten. So I just wanted to unpack that. So here we are now, present day. Exactly what I spoke to Fire Feelings about on that show many moons ago has come to full fruition. AC has now thrown these people under the bus. But let's really unpack this and let's think about something. Why is she doing this now? And that's what Beth O was talking about as I was trying to cue up the video. If we're being truly honest, people, and let's have that conversation in the comments, and I'm going to try to catch up with the comments because I want you all to be engaged in this. She has no more content to directly talk about, because now so much information is not being posted online, because now they're in the thick of it. So I want to talk about that rant that she had yesterday. And Beth, you chime in, you let me know, and you correct me and hold me accountable for my words if need be. We're going to talk about something. So yesterday when she went through her rant, it's important to understand what she was talking about. SUBRYAN, fight for your daughter. Ray. You know what? Man up, all of this rubbish. See, people that really are professionals and that understand how the litigious system goes, how the legal system goes, they know that when you're in the thick of a legal fight, you don't talk. You don't send out information, because that could compromise the state of your case. And I know this, having been a woman that had to go through the legal system about some things in my life, in my younger life, and won. But I learned the hard way, that you cannot express, you can't tell everything. It's just like when you're playing cards or poker. You don't let your whole hand out and show everybody, look, I got a king, I got a queen, I got this. You're quiet and you move in stealth mode. And that's something that HC has not mastered. So right now, what we are seeing is not only we think that she's having some other chemical imbalance, withdrawals or whatever, but we also know that she's unhinged because she has no more relevance. So she needs to find relevance or something to talk about to stay relevant. And none of this has anything to do, none of what she's done thus far has anything to do with justice for Adriana. But what it does have a lot to do with is her making sure her pockets are filled. Am I right or wrong about that? You all
That's
in the
correct.
comments.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yeah.
you
It's her job. That's what she does, and she always does damage because Adriana's not the first victim that she has now turned on their family. This is her historical trademark. This is what she continuously does, and those of us that are on YouTube streets are finding out more and more of the victims. I mean, if anybody's new that didn't come to OMGG TV's YouTube, where we were able to inform of the many people that she has had, really bad things to say. Jamie Bolger's family have asked her continuously not to talk on their little boy's demise. Jay Slater's family also have requested that Hayley stop speaking on them. Who's the other one? There's
John George, Jay Slater,
John George.
Nicola Bully.
Yeah, Nicole Bully. There's been quite a few. When does this
Ginger Gemini went on several, we saw on a podcast speaking, about her pain and anguish that Hayley Comet caused her and her family as well. And I have that clip if you all want to see it.
And so my question is, how does this individual believe that she is a credible individual to get justice for families? How and why is her thinking mechanism not empathetic? If she really cared about these families, she wouldn't involve herself. As we say, leave people's business and mind your own. Yeah. She doesn't know when to stop. And that's a major concern. She really does not know when to stop, because she will say she'll drop off a case and then she goes back up because she knows that to me, I personally think that it's drama that boosts up her platform. She's a very dramatic individual. She's a pathological liar. I'm going to say it because that's what she is, because we have seen proof that she is. So to me, it's not about gaining justice. It's about the drama that she can bring to her platform. It's not about justice. It's justice for her bank account. Yeah, that's what it is. That's the justice, is to her bank account.
Absolutely. And to this is to the comments, because I want to definitely engage in the comments, and we'll play the second part of that video. But to your point, yes, this is why we need to continue to have these type of awareness platforms. To Sister MK in the chat. And also I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge Seife on TikTok. For those of you that don't know her, please go follow her if you want more content. If you aren't familiar with who she is, definitely her name is spelled SEHFEH on TikTok. She has great factual evidence recordings of the contradictions of Hayley Comet and the things that she says. So I think it's important to shout her out and to to continue to shout out all of us that have been doing the work. London Star, Brother Morley, 64 Rhythms, Ina, Adele, who is also a victim of Hayley Comet. This is a woman that suffers from a disability where she was injured in a car accident, and she has spinal injuries to her spinal cord. and she needs to learn to walk again. So she now is immobile. And this is the woman that Beth O is referring to just yesterday, was fat shaming her, called her the C word, called her a cunt, and called her some other very foul things, and literally called her fat and called her ugly, basically like she looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid. These are the things that comes out of this woman's mouth, who's supposed to be a representative for other people. See, heavy lies the head that wears the crown, people. So, to all of you in the comments, I want you to know we see the comments. We appreciate you all for being here. We're going to continue as time progresses on to try to bring more awareness. And just as a reminder, this movement with the SNAP Ministry movement is about awareness, is about justice, it's about truth, facts for people. So while right now we're talking a lot about Hayley Comet, we're going to eventually start to stray away from this, and we're going to start talking about turning our pains into purpose, because this is why we're motivated here with our comrades in the SNAP Ministry. We don't, as human beings, need to have more unjust pain, more undue pain in life, because we as people don't know how other people process their pain and how they recover from it. And most of us here that are on this panel are all stewards of work for social services, birth work, medical, medical field. We don't sit on lives all day and bank. That's not how we pay these bills here at our homes. Am I right or wrong, sisters? We are out in the field. We are out in the field on the ground doing.
We're good over here. We're not. There's nothing that that she or any of her, minions that I could ever be jealous of. Because I'm a very respectful individual, and I when I wake up every day and I go to sleep, I sleep comfortably on my pillow, my lovely bed and my lovely pillowcase, knowing that I've not done any detrimental harm to any individual. So my conscience is clear. I know she doesn't have a conscience, hence why she does what she does. But I can speak for everybody that I'm affiliated with. We are decent, hard-working individuals. That we happen to use TikTok as a means of advocating for certain things. For me, it's about social services. For Sister Snap, it's obviously bringing her lovely way that she delivers and tones us down like the Bethos that doesn't sugarcoat anything. And our sister JB, all of us, we've got good things going on behind the scenes, but none of us are interfering busybodies. We are here primarily to bring awareness to this individual, and it is paramount, because you cannot claim that you are a justice warrior when you are body shaming people. You can't claim that you are a justice warrior when you are jealous of a friendship, and the friendship I'm talking about is between Fatah and SUBRYAN. It's none of your business. What you should be concentrating on is making sure that the funds that you collected from people was the correct amount, and you should be, like you said, getting justice for Adriana, not putting your nose into business that does not concern you. It's as simple as that, because you are not leading by an example at all, and your history speaks for itself. Hence why there are numerous true crime creators that are exposing exactly how historical you are in the TikTok streets. So that's what I will have to say.
Yeah, J Babe, anything you want to add before we play the second video? Because you've been, and see, and this is another thing before J Babe responds to me. It's important for people that are listening to know that a lot of times, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, a lot of the heaviest work that's done in any platform is behind the scenes. And this woman, J Babe, that's at the bottom of the screen, has been on it all day. Fit to me, it seems like all day, every day, silently behind the scenes, keeping abreast with the facts, the information, putting pieces together, trying to educate and bring aware. I mean, like, this woman has a full career, but yet she's dedicated to trying to keep the awareness and the momentum going about what transpired with Adriana Young, and not about getting into the family's business, not about attacking the family. So J Babe, please, if there's anything that you want to say before I play the second part of the clip, have the floor, sister. Anything.
I'm sorry, because of the noise in the background, I didn't hear much of what you were saying. The noise in my background, not yours.
No, I was just bigging you up and saying that you've been a pivotal force in this movement and you work silently behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know the countless and tiresome hours that you put into bringing awareness, staying abreast with the local updates, and putting pieces together from misinformation, disinformation, et cetera, aside from all of the things that Hayley Comet has disrupted in this process. But also that as well, you've played, well, you've been pivotal on both sides. So I was just asking, is there anything in particular that we haven't addressed that you definitely want to talk about as it pertains to anything the case and or Haley comment? The floor is
Okay, well,
yours.
first off, I'm just disappointed that it took so long for others to catch up to what is going on after they were told on several occasions about what this woman is capable of, and we were informed that this is how she operates. She moves on from one case to the next and create chaos on her way. And it's shocking to know that when you're speaking on facts, that your voice is not being heard and you're being derailed, you're being labeled as being racist, as being hateful, as being jealous. And it just takes away from justice for Adriana, and it takes away from the truth, the light that should be shedded on this case from all angles. It just takes away from it. And it's disgusting to see the way that she has now turned around and basically thrown everybody under the bus. But in a blink of an eye.
And to add to that point, throwing them under the bus. And the question that still we have to ask is why? And I think the answer is because that she is not the center of attention. She is not the focal point. It's not about justice for Adriana Young. It's not about justice for SUBRYAN. It's not about justice for AMECIA, Amika, Angie, Alana, any of the family. This is about the limelight being on her. There, I believe, and this is my educated theory, that there is a deep and dark deficit that dwells within Haley Comet, Haley Williams, that has not been addressed, that she has suppressed, repressed for so long. And instead of her addressing, and like they say, sometimes we have to go through the pain in order to get to the other side and be a better person. I don't believe that this woman has gone through her childhood trauma, her adult trauma, and all the deficits that she has shared on her lives about her mother being abused by the father, about not getting attention. Her mother keeps continuously going back to the father who was abusive, about this DV that she claims and this addresses to Jason, who spoke about this earlier. And I was stating, and I didn't finish, but I do, so let's be clear, I do personally, I would never say a person didn't experience DV, because as a woman who had to take it from a man and had to come out of that, I'm for my sisters. I advocate for that. But what I also know is, just like with celebrity cases, women can awfully often be the aggressors, but because they're a woman and because of how they present it at the time that the authorities get there, the switch is flipped, and then the man is held accountable for the being the aggressor, when in all actuality it was a woman. So I'm not saying that she never experienced DV, but the way that she keeps using it as a clutch and as a talking point and as a sympathy grabber, I do question that. And so again, all of these conversations are just questioning the character, the evidence that is paramount, that is paramount, that this is not a person that's healthy. So to the point of where we are now with Angie now being thrown under the bus, I'm just like, what more will people need to see in order for them to know that, one, Haley Comet is not about any family member whatsoever, and two, to prevent this from happening to other families? That's really what this is about. We are trying to get ahead of a situation that could come, because people that look like this, us on here, are now advocating for her, especially on these TikTok lives. And oh, you're gonna have to tell me, hey, like all the evidence that a person needs to see the the dysfunction of her and the antagonistic ways of her, et cetera, it's all there. But people that look like this on this panel, and it's tricky when it comes to ethnicity, but There's enough evidence to say that, hey, this is not a person you need to be associated with. And again, we're getting so far away from justice for Adriana. Now we're talking about money and who's sleeping with who and who's talking to who and who's friends with who. And she's hollering at the father. She's attacking them. This is a mother. Did she not say on so many of her lives how, oh, she advocates for women. She's about women. She would never put another woman down. But I've heard the word C, that C word come out of her mouth. I've heard that C word more in just this couple of days, and I've heard probably in the last couple of years. Am I right or wrong? Did we all not hear her call people C's? The C
Yes,
word?
yes. And even the S word as well.
All of the
Yeah.
above, and the P word, all of these words that are being spewed out of this woman's mouth. But I'm gonna play that second clip because I feel like we kind of I would definitely want to stay on par with that. Let me play this second part. Beto, do me a favor. You'll mute your phone, sis. Beto, can you mute? All right, let me run this
Our
video
ship
for us.
changed course. Is what really going on with this ship. This ship been heading to glory.
Yeah, but fire. If somebody asks the mother question, AMECIA did not lie. The only thing she made a mistake by saying, "Oh, the money went to judge them." It wasn't judge.
Are you all here? It took a pause. Did it pause, you all?
Yeah, it did.
I'm not sure why it's not playing. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not playing, but that's okay. We heard the first part. I do want to play something else that I think is pivotal for us to pay attention to as it pertains to the money. Because remember now, HC is really focused on the money and what she's paid and just all of the things, and we can continue to talk about that or we can stray away from it. But I want you all to pay attention when she's talking about money and so forth, and she doesn't ask for anything. She does things out of the kindness of her heart. I want you all to take a look at a clip from a recording that we got from her recently. I want to know what you all think about this. Let's see if let's hopefully it plays if my
It is so heartbreaking. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, the love with FaceTime. Oh, thank you, Jasper. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bam Bam. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Tracy. No, I can't make something to keep saying thank you. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Anne, so much. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you, News and Noise. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kirsty. We did it. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you, guys, so much. Thank you, Andrew. I thought I'd be a little bit cheeky there. Thank you. I don't normally do it. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you, Sweet Cheeks. I'm going to very quickly now. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Mel. I adore all of you like so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Earlier when I said I wasn't going on holiday with the girls anymore because I really can't afford to do it. So many of you like put money in PayPal, and I kept saying don't do it, don't do it. But I just love you. I just feel really emotional about it because I would never. I would never ask anything from you guys like that, and you're so lovely. Like honestly, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to have to tell the girls tomorrow morning, like just not at the moment.
Let me really quickly. I want you all to hear the beginning. So you heard the thank you. I want you all to hear the very beginning.
These little crowns as well, not to be rude.
She says, can I get some of these little crowns, not to be rude. She says, can I get some of these little crowns, not to be rude. So she just asks for crowns. So let's stay on par for a second. Now we just heard her ask for crowns and sit there and wait for gifts and the whole time say, no, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's run this clip and let's do a side-by-side comparison. Let's listen to this clip, people.
So if he could get lions and tigers, especially tigers, that would make him feel loads better because it would give him a brighter day. So people were like, because he was stood next to the place he was burying her grave when he said it, like, oh, it would give me a better day if you were sending me lions and tigers. But a lion to send is £350 my money or 97,000 in Guyana. That's a lot to ask for after people have supported you so much and done so much for you. Like, I got to the stage I had to leave the live because I felt so uncomfortable. Because I've sent him 4 £50 gifts, which must be about 50,000 Guyanese dollars or whatever. And he's never said thank you or even acknowledged them. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, I'd rather give it to GoFundMe anyway. But I would never, if anyone ever asked me for anything financially, I'm straight away like, no, that's not right. Like, that's not okay. Like, that makes me feel awkward. Yeah, it's like 50k in the GoFundMe as well. Jensen, he does know how to use the app because he's been on the app for over 4 years. He has an account where he posts regularly before all this. So he does know it. He said, lions and tigers are my favourite gifts. So obviously he does know the finance of those gifts. Like, it's not saying a hand heart or send me angel wings for Adriana or any of those things. It's like, send me the biggest gifts on the list. That's what that's saying. And I'm not going to avoid that. Like, I'm not going to avoid that at all. I have never once asked for 1 minute, ever, for anyone to send me a lion or a universe. Ever. Ever. I've never, ever asked that. Like, ever.
We heard that, right, everybody? Did everybody hear that? Are we all
Absolutely, yeah.
Did we all hear that?
Yeah, we heard that. Yes.
So, conversation piece. You would never ask for gift. Well, she specified lions and tigers and bears, but yet you ask for crowns, but yet you sit in lives all day, almost every day, and you receive monetary gifts because as she just. So, first of all, Sister J Babe, let me know if I'm crazy for this. And this is my business mind. As a woman, a businesswoman, anybody that's going to take the time to calculate the currency conversion of something, even if it's a TikTok gift, to me, that speaks in volumes that this person is literally clocking my dollars. If you can sit on a live or any platform and say, you know, such and such amounts to such and such and such and such, that is such and such amount of dollars. Why are you mining, studying, watching my business? Because what you say, if you studying me, you know, you would have used to studying. Like, why are you studying me? And to me, that speaks in volumes. So you all people out there in the world, like in this digital world, are we crazy to question this woman's integrity, this woman's intentions? If that's what you have time for, because that what she just did has nothing to do with justice for Adriana, has nothing to do with providing more information about the case. Do you all know that there is so much about Adriana's case that could still be discussed, such as the Commander Mandel, such as the fact that the CC, like when she attacked SUBRYAN, for all of you that don't know, or for your, let's talk, the way she attacked SUBRYAN, and you said, man up, why aren't you upset about the CCTVs? Because everybody's not going to respond. Everybody responds differently. You don't know what that man feels behind closed doors. And who are you to try and bully him into coming onto a platform and expressing his emotions? We see when he comes on a platform and expresses his emotions, what could be the possible backlash for that. So now you are trying to antagonize him. You are trying to provoke him to have a reaction. It's so much more that could be spoken about. Hence, if you're such a criminologist, why are you, Hayley Comet, not talking about the CCTVs? Why haven't you, as soon as you heard that information, why didn't Hayley Comet stop and go and do her criminology thing and start to peel back the onion and say, okay, who has the CCTVs? Who took the TVs? Let's talk about that. Let's pull footages, et cetera, et cetera. That, to me, is what could be more pertinent to be talking about than Fata and SUBRYAN being friends and Fata dancing on top of tombstones in Guyana. Not to mention when we're going to, as we unveil these things, talking about cultural differences. And this is why it's imperative for those who do not come from a particular culture to be very sensitive to others, because what one may do in the UK, one might not do here in the US of A. What one might do here in the US of A, one might not do in the Caribbean. You see how while we have to tread lightly and be sensitive and not try to come in and proclaim to be an expert of all things, sometimes it's okay to say, you know what, I don't know, and I'm going to humble myself and wait until I get properly educated. J Babe, am I right or wrong in that? Any input in that, sis?
You're absolutely right, because certain words can be misunderstood Certain slangs can be misunderstood because it's not your local language or your local slang terms. So you should always ask for clarification.
Exactly. And just to engage with the people in the chat, to OMG3 and Jason, I agree with what you all are saying. And as a daughter of an adult that had those type of inflictions, I know those inflictions when I see those inflictions, and you cannot tell me that that she does not have those inflictions, and that's the way that I'll say that. Um, Oh, we lost it. Oh, I wanted to address another comment. Yes, and with the mood swings, Jojo, not mood swings. Just yeah, Jojo, I agree with you with what you just stated about that. Those mood swings, they're indicative of something that they present for a certain reason. But with all of that being stated, another thing that I wanted to talk about, especially for those of on the TikTok side that are watching streaming, because we know that you do. We're going to address the talking about her children. I'm going to address it. And Sister J Baby, if there's any input, anything you want to make sure I'm held accountable for, you hold me accountable for it. But there has been countless times where HC has said people are talking about her children. I want to go ahead and take the opportunity to address that here on a platform that's safe and on our platform. First of all, nobody has talked about HC's children. Let's be very clear about that. So now you all are hearing it out the horse's mouth. This is from Miss Snap, Sister Snap, the Snap Ministry's mouth. I would never talk about children because I love children. I just love babies. I love children. This is the work that I do. This is my passion, children. New life, particularly, but children. So let me be very clear and let me state for the record what I stated and what I'm going to reiterate, which is I am often concerned for HC's children. And the reason that I'm concerned because as a mother of two adult children and as an aunt of beautiful nieces that I helped raise, throughout their developmental years, I pride myself in being a good adult around them. And there are certain things that children should not be exposed to during their developmental years, and primarily when they're prepubescent and coming into the pubescent stages. And HC being on these lives day in and day out. And as we saw yesterday, and I can run the clip again if anybody needs it, but if not, you go back and you do your own research, is what we've stated for since the beginning of this time. What transpired yesterday was a complete example of how this woman deals daily. Where we see the children needing her attention. Her children are right there by her when she's on these lives, when she's talking about death, when she's talking about calling people cunts. She called somebody the CUNT word, and come to find out her child was right there. The baby responded to her as she got loud and she's banging on the table. That's worrisome. Now, that's not talking about the children. That is speaking about the concern for the children, the nature of her parenting, while at the same time, HC and the proof, like she says, everything is recorded. If she doesn't have, if she hasn't taken down the clips, which she will do, there's proof where she's talked about one of our sisters, London Star, and attacked her parenting skill sets because London Star's baby is adorable and did the most adorable, innocent recording of her wanting to be a Muslim, which also is very educational for those because that's a thing that people have often questioned in psychology, academics, which is about religion and children. Is it that parents bring on what religion a child will have versus the child having the rights to come up, to decide what religion they want on their own. I feel like I'm stumbling over my words, so bear with me because it's so much that I'm trying to think about. So this is a beautiful journey, a walk through London Star and her daughter Cherry Ann's life that she's educating people about. She did not influence her child to become a Muslim. This was something innate in her child that she saw of another sibling and decided she wants to be a Muslim. So as a doting and loving and supportive parent, London Star decided, okay, well, we're going to delve into this. This is what my baby wants. This is what we're going to do. And now they're going on their own journey and have their own YouTube, their own following. And it's beautiful. Nothing about it is negative. And this woman, Hayley Comet, literally went on her platform and attacked this woman. Not to mention, she had already called London Star a broke bitch before. Am I wrong about that, J Babe?
Sorry, no, you're
Right.
not. There's a lot of rain now here. But no,
Okay.
you're
No
not. You're
worries.
absolutely not. And I think as adults, whether or not you are a TikTok professional, a YouTube professional, whatever it is that you're doing, you need to censor yourself whenever you're around the kids. That's my opinion.
I agree. I agree. And yeah, JoJo is she's very despicable. So here we are again. We are talking about facts. We're talking about characteristics. We are talking about things that are not healthy of a person who is serving as a representation or representative of a body of people, of souls, of mindsets. Can you so this thing cyberbullying and this term that has come up in the circles of these conversations, cyber terrorism and so forth, there has been a lot of things spewed out of HC's mouth that for some, and this is the way that I'll say it gently, for some that are not stable enough mentally, they might be inclined to go and do the things that HC has suggested, hence arson of an establishment, which we know is already basically burnt down. But still, there are individuals who may not have the mental stability to know how to differentiate between reality versus an illusion and think that, oh, she told my queen, because they call her queen, my queen told me to go and burn down this place. I fucking and literally said she would tell Scotland. I mean, it's just manic and it's erratic, the behavior. And again, people, it has nothing to do with justice for Adriana Young nor her family. In fact, all of these things that she is doing is more harmful than helpful. So we talked about it before. You know, if Beth O was still here, she would engage. But J Babe, she can engage. Like we've talked about it before. Like, is it why we are so far away from the nucleus of the matter, which is justice for Adriana Young. Is she helping or is she hindering this family? She's falling out with everybody. So at this point, there's a saying like, if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, look like a duck, it's a duck. In mathematics and fraction, there's a thing called the numerator and the denominator. If the common denominator is always Hayley Comet, then is the numerator the other entities, are they the problem, or is it the common denominator that's the problem? This is the question that we're asking people. I don't know you all. I'm just over it. I'm over it. I'm curious to know what you all think as it pertains to where do we go from here? Like, are we done, J Babe? Like, to me, J Babe, and to those that are in the comments, let me know what I feel. I feel yesterday was what I needed as an advocate for the family, not just Adriana, but for the family, that her behavior and now the fact that she's fallen out with the one person who she had the connection with is my vindication, is my satisfaction, where I feel like now I can start to stray away from this and get back to what JB we've been talking about, is starting to really delve deeper and peel back the onions on the actual facts and evidence of the case. Anyone else feel like that?
I didn't get the last part, Sister Snap. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. Hold
I don't think
on.
she can hear me. Sister Snap, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can. I was getting a call. I was taking the call away.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. There's
So
a
no,
lot
I'm
of
sorry.
noise there's a lot of noise in my background. I don't know if you guys can hear it. No, you can't? Okay. Well, it's pouring here and I have to strain to hear what you're saying. But all I want to say is that I wish that all the content creators can just get back on track and focus on justice for Adriana. However, it is important that we continue to enlighten the people about Hayley Comet, because the last thing I personally would want is another family to be in this situation. And if this is something that she does on a regular, then it is by right. This information should be out there, and people should take note. They should take an account.
I agree. Okay. Okay. I appreciate you for saying that. Betho, did you hear the last question that I posed? What is that? Say, I can't see that, child. You know I'm old. You on mute. Beth O look like she having a moment, y'all. It must be something real crazy that popped off that got Beth O. Like, Beth O, what is going on? What happened, sis? Because I know your energy. What's going on? What we missed while we've been on this live? What's happening?
It's kicking off on TikTok streets. There's a person called Alexis that's saying that people need to go and apologize to Hayley, because if they don't apologize to Hayley, Adriana's case is going to be a cold case. It's live right now. And I was just speaking to Fata, because Fata's
How Fata going?
yeah, I told her not to. They're calling her to go and apologize, and I said she shouldn't. That's why I was talking to her.
That's what we were just trying to talk about, J-Bay, when I was bringing up bullying. That was exactly the point that I was getting ready to get into, the bullying. See how divine energy works? Are you serious? They're telling Fata to apologize. I'm gonna call Fata. Is Fata still, how is she? Is she okay?
I think Fata came off of WhatsApp, because I was speaking to her on WhatsApp. She's come off of WhatsApp, and she's I think she's gonna attempt to go into that same live. But Fata, I know Fata said she's not apologizing. I said you mustn't, because that's what she wants. That's what she wants. Fata's not going to apologize. Apologize for what? After being body shamed in the most disrespectful way. I told her she mustn't. She said she's not going to anyway.
I'm gonna message her right now, real quick, while we're here, and let her know Big Sister says she.
But yeah, it's really going down deep. And that nasty man is what's his name, mate?
Yeah, I try not to give him any free promo, because when I get to Brooklyn, when I touch down in Brooklyn, and I call the cousins now. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's what's going on. So they're bullying her again. These same people, and again, none of this has it. So you see, people, what's happening? She has no content, nothing to do as it pertains to justice for Adriana. So now it's going to be the Stepford, not the Stepford Wives, but the Atlanta Housewives, the reality show, TV. You get what I'm saying? She's using this now. She is using us to keep herself relevant. And sadly, our own people are so blinded and so low vibrational that they are enabling this woman. This is how we a part of how we fell to our demise as a people, for letting the people like her come into the nucleus of us and make us start to fight against each other. I can't.
That is exactly what's is the case.
Well, people, I think yeah, I think Mace was in the 3. Hold on, because I want to address Noodle.
At least
I'm not even
now,
going to call his name. Go ahead.
At least now, sis, we know how you're set up, so we can be having more of these when we need to.
Yeah,
yeah.
J-Babe, if you're talking to us, unmute yourself, sis, because we're not hearing you if you're talking.
My lovely people, I can barely hear you because of all the rain that's here, but I guess you guys are hearing me. I'm just disappointed by everything that's happening. I've been preview to a lot of the lives, and these are people who are calling or claiming to be friends of Fata. And it's disappointing to see that they now too have thrown her under the bus for the namesake of Hayley, rather than listen to what's going on and tune out the noises around them. If someone is your friend from day one, they should be your friend today. That's how I
always say, show me your friends. Is it show me your enemies and I'll see your, or something like that? There's a saying, isn't there? Show me your friends and I'll see your enemies.
Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are.
That's it. That's the saying.
So I'm saying, if you are my friend from day one and you know the type of person I am, you know what I stand for, then why should you second guess me now?
It just goes to show that they weren't her friends. They weren't her true friends.
They weren't her friends. They weren't her friends. No.
That's why that day when I went up on a live when Fata was crying, and I don't know if you all, well, you probably were there, but she blocked out the one whose name start with the V. I'm not giving her no free promo, because anyway, but the one who started with a V was like, it's just me and you talk, and she was trying to use like reverse psychology and use psychology on her, and was like, yeah, and Fata started to talk about, she been called a dog and she been told she wasn't going to be anything, and I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty accurate. And I was listening and watching. I was like, this woman, not this woman friend. She trying to draw out her pain, make her spew her deepest pain on a public platform like this. And I was like, yo, bring me up. And when I came up, I very, I don't want to say rudely, but very abruptly cut off that young lady was trying to get Fata to draw herself out. And I took over and I say, Fata, and I gave her encouraging words. I spoke love and life in her. I said, you are loved, you are beautiful. We're not sitting here. If you're my sister, I am not on a public platform going to ever try and draw out your deepest trauma that hurts you and have you spew that out on a world wide web. I would never do that. And if you claim to be this young lady's friend, why would you do her that? And that's why I went up there that day. That was exactly why. And then I went and I messaged that young lady, like y'all know I do behind, was like, I'm really just, et cetera, et cetera. These are the same people. And this dude that started with the M, the one that invited me to all his body parts, shame on these women for being on his platform still after how he talked to a woman, especially a woman that didn't curse him, didn't raise her voice, anything like that. Like how this boy addressed himself or addressed me, conducted himself, spoke in volumes that he is damaged good. And again, I watched I just learned what things were on TikTok with. So I guess that's the gifts that people give you. It looks like eyes to me on TikTok, but I thought they were just how many people were watching you. I just found out what that was, literally. And when I'm now watching, I'm seeing this man be having thousands of those. Like, so now you're getting gifted like crazy. Like HC is like, so all of you all are out here tricking for likes off of the backs of other people's pain and claiming to be a representative of a body of people when you're yourself are damaged goods. It's disgusting on that side, sisters.
Yes, it is. At this point, I think it's all about clickbait right now. It's which platform has the most noise, the most commotion, so it pulls people in. That's what I think it is right now.
Thank you, JoJo, for saying that. I agree with you, Sister J, babe. It's completely about that, and that's why. And I think this is a good time too to address this with all my sisters on the panel. And thank you all for coming up and being co-hosts with me.
Anytime, sis. Anytime. We are a tribe.
We are. I'm so thankful. And thank you all that's in the comments for being here. Thank you all. Even if it's just 28, 21, 20, I am not listen, my reward comes in my real life with my children having health, with these babies and these women.
Absolutely. That's what I said.
Like my reward is being of service. My reward is not having 200K people on TikTok. If that was to ever come for me, that comes. If it was to ever come here on YouTube, that comes. But it's going to come because I have done it with moral integrity. And I speak that into the lives of my sisters. So I just want to say to all of you, thank you all in the panel for being here, and you all in the comments to be. We're not ending right now, but I want to give all of you your flowers for coming over here because you didn't have to be here, and this is your time, and this is why I'm big on time management and honoring time space for people, because we all are important. We all have a part to play, no matter how big or small, whether it's one person or two people. We need to remember that we can be influential in each other's life. And what does that influence look like? Are we doing good to help people to be better, or are we doing things to take them down and bring more dissension, more pain, more trauma to others in this world? We have enough trauma and pain in this world, so let us be the better ones. Let us walk in light and love, even when we don't have it for ourselves. Sometimes when you do good to others, you bless others, guess what? It makes you feel better. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you all, and I appreciate you all. But I'm tired. But Betho, I think you were on the phone. You were away. J Babe made a statement. She answered a question, because the thing that I had posed was because I felt vindicated. I feel seeing Angie respond and address HC on that platform, even though I still think that they give HC too much credit, but I think that's people that are really trying to move from a humble standpoint of view, and you can never attest that. You can never be angry with that, but I still think that they give her still a little too much grace after all that she's done, but I respect it. But I was saying while you were on pause, which was, do we feel that we still need to move on with talking about HC? Because I really want to get into the meat of the matter of talking to people in the panels with trauma and survivors of domestic violence, narcissism, all the things that I can help with as it pertains to, the mindset and people's well-being. Because again, a lot of us don't have we don't have the access to proper mental health, you know, behavioral therapists and so on and so forth. And we suffer in silence. And I would hate to have been in an opportunity where I could have helped a person based on my experience, my expertise, and they go off and something happens to them where I could have served as a conduit for their well-being. And that's what the other thing that really pisses me off with HC, because you are playing with people's lives, because we
I'm just
don't
about
know
to
the
say,
we don't
even
know
just watching her and knowing her history is very, very triggering. Have you? I think we could all say within our group that when we've watched her, if you watch this woman for too long, your energy shifts. Not in a good way.
I'm physically, remember we talked about it earlier, sis. So
Not
those that
in a
don't
good
know,
way.
I'm physically ill. Every time I do a live about her, or I've watched her videos from people sending them
Yes.
to me and trying to stay abreast, because of the sentient empath that I am, I'm physically ill. Like I have to go and drink teas and sleep and rest
Yes.
and like
Same here.
shut everybody
That's why
down.
that was one of the reasons why I had to step away also from the group. Once time I said I'm just going to take not the time that I left one group. I said that I needed to step away because it was too much. Because it's like so many hurt people were coming forward. That's when people were divulging what they had gone through with Hayley, and you know how she had affected, you know, the James Slater family, and you know all these different people. And I thought, and she's still there. She's still there, like if butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. She's still there, like she's some princess to be honoured. Why? Because she's the first person to have brought Adriana's case to the UK. She's got a very large platform. Adriana made her platform. She would have been nothing without Adriana. Yeah. Because when I started watching her, I remember watching her live one time, and she was going, "Oh, I can't believe it! I can't believe it! I've reached 6K. You've reached 6K based on traumatizing people. You've not reached 6K through the goodness of what you do. You've got that through trauma and drama, because drama is what has boosted your platform. Because people will go on it, not necessarily because they are part of what she believes in, but they're going to see what she's talking about, like how we get our source of information, because that gets added to the views. Because we obviously need to keep an eye on what she's doing, so that adds to the views. But I will never, ever say that I'm following her. Follow what? No. I will follow without pressing that button. I will follow her just to see what she's going on, just to see what new lie she's coming up with, because lying is a source of her vocabulary.
It is. I want to address sis respectfully, not cutting you off. But I respect what you're saying. I appreciate it. And I agree with you 100, 1000%, sis. I want to address something, because I think this part of the conversation is really important to have while my comrades are up here before we close out. We're probably going to close out. We're at the 1 hour and 37-minute marker. I want to honor you all's time, but I don't want to be continuously regurgitate the same things. And I don't want to, you know, as my mother would say, wear out our welcome. But if you all want to keep it going, I'm cool with keeping it going. We could just keep this casual, free flowing, just like a what they call it, a phone party. I'm okay with. I have no place to be.
Oh,
I'm not
London's in the chats now. London's in the chat.
Yeah. I just thought I'm about to address her and bring her up in a second. But I want to address something that OMG3 stated, Beth and J-Babe, because you all are here to verify and we hold each other accountable. OMG says, I heard her say she collect over K with my own ears. I heard that on your platform this morning, sis. I listened to your latest post. Big up that latest post. And people, for those that aren't familiar, but you probably are, go make sure you follow OMG3 TV. We are a sister supporting network. We support each other. We hold each other up. So for all of you that might be new here or just don't know her platform, please go and follow her, because she keeps up with the latest and greatest, and she keeps it cutesy and demure. But yes, sis. So here's the thing, OMG3. Let's address that. Let's address that, since we all were privy to the information. The numbers have changed exponentially over time. So first of all, we'll deal with the facts. Let me see if I can pull up the clip. I can pull that and I can put it on.
Let's remember to say allegedly too,
Oh
because
yes, sorry.
at this point we don't know. We don't know because her story
Right.
keeps changing. Yeah.
Right.
Keep
Thank
changing.
this.
Right.
This is what accountability looks like. This is where we don't have enablers on this side. See the enablers on the other side, be like, yeah, just say it, just say. We hold each other down because that's love. So thank you, sis. Yes. So allegedly, you know, she stated that they raised literally $6,000, but then it was stated $8,000 allegedly. She stated, but I also on another live heard her verbatim say it was 9,600. It was some change. That was one line. And I remember seeing it was an early morning live. That, in fact, that was the live that was the day that I made the post when I had on the bonnet that morning, and the lady talked about me. Because I couldn't sleep that night because I had just got the news about the information about Adriana. And so I made a post about it and I couldn't sleep. So I popped into one of her lives before she blocked me. And on that early morning live, she said it was 9,000 and some change, allegedly. And I remember saying to myself, but you only gave the people close to $6,000 and you said it was 8,000. So the numbers keep changing. Jason Hyatt. So in the chat, Jason Hyatt. Now, this is another person. I don't know Jason from the Man in the Moon other than digitally. So this is not somebody that is going to lie for me. So Jason in the chat is saying, yes, 96. I see, I'm not crazy. And I was telling people, so many didn't hear that, Jason, but I heard it. And I remember, and I was like, that is a big, let me grab my calculator, businesswoman, and you keep a calculator. I love it. The numbers never lie. I'm like 9,600, and you gave literally about 5,800. I'm going north. That leaves 3,800. And now, present day, right now, you're attacking Alana, which is what OMG3 posted about. You're attacking Alana, and you're saying that you're calling Alana out because you're saying that she skimmed from off the top. Mind you, Alana is Adriana's blood cousin, consider auntie because of the age difference. But you said this woman skimmed off the top, and this woman verified that no, she didn't skim anything. She wouldn't steal from her family, but taxes have to be paid. And something else I posted, I've made on my post earlier. I just haven't had a chance to post it, but I'll post mine in a moment. Not only with GoFundMe do you have to pay exponential taxes, there are also fees for you using that third party, people. So when HT attacked Alana about the difference of the money, that was misinformation as well, you all. London, what up, sis? Are you coming up? London, you coming up? Do you want to come up? I know you have the children. Big up, London Star. So again, people, the number Jojo, it was 8,000. Yeah, Jojo, it's very worrying. Yeah, so no, OMG, not 2K is missing. No, honey, 3,800 is missing. I don't know if you all can see that. 3,800 is missing. So let me pull up because I saw on the one that starts with the M, the one I don't give here no free promo. London, let me know or put in the chat, sis, if you want to come up. If you're coming up, sis, I'll send the thing for you. I'll have one of them send it while I'm pulling up the receipt. So we have a clip and a recording. Is there anything that anybody has another question about or wants to hear? So while we are here and we're vibing, we can show proof, because while we have all of our comrades here, we can pull videos and we can show proof of anything. But yes, OMG 3,800, the kids are still very active. Okay, sis, no problem. We'll be right here holding it down. But if it's anything you want us to advocate for you and talk about, yeah, definitely just say it, sis, and we got you. Let me see where that image
I just
is.
wanted to say something a little off topic, but on topic still. Nevertheless, I wanted to say to Miss Adele that what she's doing, I think she should not be doing. And I know this is probably not the platform to discuss it, but I want
No,
you
it
to
is the
feel empowered.
platform.
It is. So I
Yes,
want her to know
please.
that you should feel empowered enough to take legal actions, because where
Absolutely.
you are, you can do so. It's called cyberbullying, and you have a right to defend yourself. She took it there, so you can do the adult thing and not be on TikTok wars with her. You take her to court, and you hold
Yeah,
her accountable.
I would agree.
That's how
I would
adults
agree.
do it. We don't play on TikTok like children. If there are laws out there to protect us, we should take it to the law. And I think because nobody has done so, she is empowered to do everything that she has been doing now. And now it's cross continental. It came all the way to South America, and it's affecting a family that is very I would say kind hearted. They're very from what I've seen, that I can speak on. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
That's
We love
okay.
the babies.
That's
We
Yes,
love
sorry
okay.
the
about that.
babies.
Yes, so as I was saying, they're kind-hearted, and the mommy, I've never heard her or saw her in any way to say that she's this type of person that would cause harm and be malicious and be loud and be angry, and I've never seen her. And the only time I've seen Sabrian out of character is due to these two women, Angela with a double N and Miss Hayley Comet. And
Mhm.
I'm going to be respectful to both of them. If they, I guess that's the type of person I am. I don't like to how should I say, speak out against anyone. But he acted the way I would have reacted had my name be on this worldwide web,
Exactly.
and they're calling you out of character. They're saying things about you, and I don't know how he can move forward and protect his family from these vicious attacks, because it's just out there and it would be reposting, resharing, and being discussed. It's like the family's under a microscope and everybody's watching and waiting, and it's
Exactly. It's true.
disgusting. It is.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to say. And I'm gonna
And
jump off
and
now, guys.
yeah.
Okay,
And
sis.
I wish
Blessing.
you all
Okay,
the
sis.
best on the live. But I'm gonna be in the comment section though. Okay?
Okay.
No problem, sis.
All right.
No
Yes.
problem.
Thank
Right.
you, sis. Blessing.
Yeah. I mean, the bit that I was going to add as well, that I definitely think. Sorry. I definitely think that it is being done on purpose to cause distraction, and cause, the family to be dysfunctional as far as them having what they should have as an allegiance, because we know the perpetrator that's caused that, because she's obviously, caused the division with Subryan, allegedly, by insinuating that Fata and him was having relationships, which, like I said, it is not any business of Madam H. And then, she would then, when she's finished with them, then she goes on to the aunt. So what we've always said is, if she was in pursuit of justice, that is not the way you conduct yourself, by going about every single family member. If you are somebody that you claim that can bring justice for Adriana through your experience, your mindset would be focused on just that, not who's talking to who's best friend with who's doing this, who's being gifted this amount. It's not her business. It's not her place. Why is it she can't ever stay on track to what she claims that she is experienced in doing? Or because she's got... And the other thing that I want to say is, having a large platform does not mean to say that you can bring justice to anybody if you can't even bring justice to yourself.
And on that note, I want to play two things for us before we get out of here. I think that is paramount to this discussion. The first one we're going to play for, because again, we want to state evidence and facts, is the actual transfer of the funds. So I don't know how well you all can see this here, but we're going to calculate this together. And we have in the comments the proof of people saying that they heard HC, allegedly say out her mouth that she raised. It's been multiple different numbers, but the highest number that was heard was $9,600. So when we're trying to calculate for our own mental well-being and knowing what's truth and what's not, it's important for us to have the proof in the pudding. I think that's important. So I'm going to bring it up larger on my screen, on my other screen, so I can see. So for those, if you can't see it clearly, I'll read it out to you, and you can go back and play this this clip on the restream. So we have $327.80 initially. This was the transfer of the funds that was sent after she did the what I call the urgent fundraising to claim say she was paying for the second autopsy, which again has been debunked by the cousin Alana Trotz, who was overseeing the majority of the funds on the state side, that the autopsy had to be paid before that baby even got stateside to Gwinnett County. So they raised the funds the Monday, the night before the second autopsy in Atlanta, on the outskirts of Atlanta, on a Tuesday. So the funds that is shown was transferred to the third party. It starts 327.80 plus 3,000. Hold on, I just hit the wrong button. 327.80 plus 3630.09 plus 1,299.60 plus 718.63 equals $5,976.12. So for accuracy purposes, you all, if the total that HC stated out her mouth in that early morning live was $9,600, we now are at a deficit of $3,623.88. So that's a little south of $4,000 that is still unaccounted for. Now, this is the part that I know the people that are watching on TikTok has been waiting to hear. So here you all go. And this is addressing Kamala, who reached out to me this morning. During that time, there was another TikTok content creator whose name starts with a C that was adamantly having co-hosting lives with HC and helping HC during that time with the fundraising. And Beth, you can vouch for me if I'm wrong or not. You know who I'm talking about, the one whose name starts with a C. That person, we watched this person on the live, was helping calculate the funds and serving as the liaison to get that money over to ANGIE. So because I believe this woman whose name starts with a C is Guyanese, was serving as a liaison because I don't know, she was helping. I don't know. But all I know is now it's being said that there's $6,000 that was transferred over to the woman. See how the information gets misconstrued? And to the people, what I'm going to say to the people that look, yes, Jason, but no free promo. To the people that look like me, I'm going to speak to you directly. And this is not a race thing, but this is the hard conversation that we're about to have before we get out of here. Before anything, first and foremost, I am a melanated woman. Two things, and we've said this before in our lives, and again, Beth O will back me up. Two things can be true at the same time. I can be a nationalist for my people, my culture, my ethnicity. I can big up and hold down people that look like me because we have been underrepresented since the inception of this country and in so many other countries that were built on the backs of people that look like me and people that look close to me, similar to me. So I am an advocate for the people that look like me always, because we don't have enough advocacy. And why did I say that? I say that because you people on TikTok that are sitting here hailing up this woman who looks nothing like you, who is causing more dissension in our culture. And now look at what that woman has done. She has caused dissension between you and a person who you claim to be friends with. You all claim to be friends with Fata, but yet you run to a next live after you just was on a live with Fata, helping her through her crying, attacking her, telling her she's this and she's that, but then at the same time claiming that, you know, you care for her and you're wanting her to pull out her deepest, darkest emotions. And then literally after you leave that freaking live, you run over to HC's live and you're on the live sitting here putting her down, and so many others. You type of people are the people that would have turned us in back in the day.
I'm telling you.
And fire burn
Preach
all
it.
of you. And I say that with the most serious conviction. And I know y'all see Sister Snap getting a little different, but this is the gully side. This is the real. This is when it get real. Fire burn all of you. And to you, that little boy with the M name, boy, if I was even near close to you and had my cousins, and even my cousins, because I'm gully like that. I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is a wound for something. Don't let this sweet, what old girl say, do not let this instant turban and this herbal tea fool you. She get gully quick. She can turn into Colt 45s and Newports real quick when it comes to my people, righteousness and justice. And what all of you are doing is a freaking disgrace. And I know your ancestors are beating y'all down in spirit because y'all don't have no loyalty. Y'all don't understand what our people have done for us. The fight that they have had to make, the hours that they had to put in to build this country, to fight for our rights, our justice.
Real talk.
Y'all are
Real
running
talk.
over there with a person who is unstable, who is mentally deficit, who has her own damage over the people that look like you, over the people. See, here's the question. When judgment comes, when the revolution, if and when the revolution actually comes, what y'all gonna do? Where will y'all be?
They're sellouts. It's known as sellouts. Yeah.
Oh, trust and believe. Y'all won't have a seat at the table. Y'all will be under the table getting the scraps. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. So I apologize, all you that's in here for getting gully. Like, I apologize, but that's
you shouldn't even need to apologize, sis. It's real talk. What you're saying there is the truth. And the saddest thing about it is if the tables would turn, we would drop everything to protect them.
Doesn't that hurt, sis? That's the thing that hurts the most. And to all my brothers and sisters that's in this chat that don't have the same pigmentation as you all, don't feel no way, brothers and sisters, because that's why I say two things can be true at the same time. Half of my comrades on my team are of not melanated descent. They are Caucasian. They are from a different ethnicity than me. So I do not want people to think, and this is the thing that pisses me off with people like HT who always say, oh, you know why they don't want me on the case? Because I'm an ethnicist, I'm a cat. Nobody, girl, nobody give a darn about your color. Of course, that plays a part because just
it's
like me,
accountability.
Right, it's accountability because when I first noticed you, of course I did as a revolutionary woman. I tilted my head and was like, who this? Who this? Non-met what? Okay. Because of the trauma that's been embedded in us people that look like me, that was passed down through my DNA, through the mitochondrial DNA of my ancestors and my mother. So we're people like me are going to always raise an eyebrow when we see people like Hayley that's coming to the cookout and saying that they're here for us. Because clearly where we are today is exactly what has happened historically. You're not coming here to be a part of the cookout and help the cookout. You're coming here to take all the barbecue, all the soda, all the crabs, all the potato salad, all of the everything. That's what you do. You come in sheep's clothing and you are a wolf. And to all of you young people, because y'all younger than me on that other side that's watching, all of you all, y'all don't know. And this one I'm going to call out, Beth. Y'all bring me back to life if I go too far to the left. But what is his name, sis? NJ Host. That was his name, right? Told us to get over it, forget about slavery.
Oh yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah. Was it MJ Host or DJ Host or something like that? Yeah, MJ Host.
Good people are, yes, Jojo. Good people are all one people. Good people, and that's the point that what pisses me off, because she then everything that she does, every part of her essence
is the smiling assassin. Is what Jason said.
Yeah, the smiling assassin. She is divisive, and she has come into my ethnic group, and I'm watching with a broken heart to see these young people that look like me, meaning skin color, nose. I know that you come from somebody who look like me. And now y'all are fighting against your sister. Y'all are putting us down, the people that are trying to help you. And this is why I would implore all of you to go back to Fire Feelings, Let's Talk the Things episode where Hayley was on there, and you'll hear the second caller. That's me. That was me that night trying to warn him about Hayley Comet. Yeah. And here we are today. Fast forward and now to almost August, it's come to fruition. The same thing that I told them has come to fruition, that this woman is not for us. And now you got Fire feeling, oh, what's going on? We've been here, we've been represented. Yeah, fool. That's what you brought the wolf to the party. Now she's trying to eat us all up. She didn't come just to get a bite of the barbecue and dance with us. She came to eat us all up and try to take it. And it is a supremacy mindset. It's a savior mindset. And when we address these things, yes, Noodle, you remember that night? That was me, sis. If you go back and you listen to the voice, that was me. And if you go back and you think like to the mindset, this is what we have historically been fighting against. And it is not that we don't like these type of people, meaning non-melanated people. It's historically there becomes confusion. So they have to me, certain ones have to prove themselves. And the ones that have been my comrades from the beginning on this comment catching movement, they've proven that it's not about color. It's just about righteousness and justice. These are people that have shown and been tried and tested and proven to be of righteousness. But you all are ready to invite this woman to the cookout, give her her whole table. You even gave her the spatula to cook the meat on the grill. You gave her the spoon to turn the pot and turn the china. You gave her everything without testing her, without doing the research. People, go to TikToktrolls.com before we get out of here. TikTok trolls, that don't know, do your research. Yep, even Angie said Hayley was. I didn't see that. I want to show you all something real quick before we get out of here, because we're almost at 2-hour mark, and I feel like now I'm getting very emotional. Let me pull something else up on the stage. So we've addressed the money, right? So to stay on bulletin, we've addressed the money where there is a difference in the funds. So while Hayley Comet and her crew is asking Alana and Angie to account for the money, who are actually family members of Adriana and AMECIA and SUBRYAN, we're now asking Hayley again, where is the other part of the thousands of dollars that are unaccounted for? I want you all to read something. This is from her own people. I'm going to read it. It says, she got us followers to sign a petition. We trusted because she told us who this person was. Well, turned out to be a scammer. She was so rude, and her mods basically saying it's our own fault. And someone in her box said, how dare we complain about signing when big, emphasizing all capital letters, big creators have sent gifts. You all, these are her people that are questioning the money and where things have gone. And you all heard her people say she was very rude and basically told them don't ask no questions. She's a big content creator. It's just like Trump here in America. It's like, you can do it, do what I say, but not as I do. The hypocrisy. I want to play something else for you also before we get out of here, or show you all something. I read this in one of my other posts, but I want you all to read what Hayley Comet text to Alana Trice, AMECIA's first cousin. This is the audacity of this woman. Fuck off, Alana. I've done more for Adriana than you ever could. You're spiteful, malicious, and not for one day have you had good intentions. I can't tell her I'm something for my child while you're but full-time prick. I couldn't read it all because I can't see it, but you told this woman to F off. You told the family member you've done more for her. You called the family member spiteful, and you called her a prick. How much more evidence do we need that this woman is unhinged? So in getting ready to close out, people, I hope that we covered enough to let all of you that might need to go and do your own content creation, or for those of you that just wanted to be here to support or just get more information that you may not have known about. I pray that this was informative and enlightenment, and that you all got a better, even more intimate understanding of who Beth O, Sister J Babe, and myself, Sister Snap, is. Again, this is not a hate live. Beth O, do you want to give the disclaimer, or do you want me to before we get out of here? And before we get out of here, I want to address some of the comments so that we definitely big up our people that stayed with us through this 2 hours. We want to thank you. Beth O, do you want to give any disclaimer about the no hate lives or anything like that, Beth O? Beth O. All right, sister. My sister, I guess, has checked out. Do you hear me?
Apologies, sis. There's another incident that's going on.
Okay. Well, we're about to
be the night.
Well, we're about to wrap up and get out of here. I got to get some work done. I was asking you, I was just kind of coming to, oh, Noodle, she said, okay, sis. I was just coming to a conclusion saying that I was thanking everybody for being here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank every single person that's joined us on this live, and look forward to more, and especially with our sister, with the eloquent, cutesy and demure way that she delivers her lives. And please, it costs nothing to subscribe. So everybody that's here now, you should have at least all subscribed. Please share as well so that we can, you know, continue bringing dialogues like this and debates like this and chats like this in a cutesy and demure way. Let's big
Do
up
you
our
mind,
sister and our
Betho,
host.
wait, sis, before you go, do you mind doing the disclaimer? Because you always do that so well. The Hate Live disclaimer, will you close out with that as well before I start reading off the comments?
Yeah, no problem.
Please.
You know, the disclaimer is that, you know, one of the things that we always do, we always like to come with facts, okay? And we always like to safeguard everybody that joins us and the people of whom that we're speaking about. Okay, it is very, very important that we cannot allow, because in actual fact, when I come off of here now, I'm going to go and give support to our sister that's within our group, and that's our sister Adele, for the vile way that she has been treated. Is absolutely disgusting. Okay, so when I drop off of here, that's what is going on now. But we have to continue speaking out against people like the Hayley Comets of the world. Bringing awareness is not about hate. Bringing awareness is a form of protection. It's a form of protection, protecting people from the Hayley Comets of the world. And as long as we do our due diligence in order to do that, the people like Hayley Comet will not be able to survive. I always believe what goes up must come down. She's already crashing out. Let's continue to keep our foot, not literally, obviously, but our foot on HC. Let's share any information that we get. It's not bullying, it's bringing awareness, because people like Adele and Ginger and many others need protecting from the Hayley Comets of the TikTok streets. So that's what I've got to say. Thank you.
Beautiful. Well, we are going to get out of here. Before we do, I want to shout out everybody that is here. Kelly, I see you. I don't know who you are, but whoever you are, thank you for being here. Thank you all for engaging. Jojo, you have been a beautiful person to read your comments. I'm very thankful for you. OMG3 TV, I already know, Gail said, big up yourself, all right? You're a big woman. Ross, as always, you're always supportive. Thank you so much for being here. Noodle Lady, I'm going to message you in a minute so we could debrief about this, but thank you, sis, for being here, holding it down and being a moderator and working with your sister, Analog Girl in Digital World. It's a work in progress. I'm going to get better with this as it goes on. This is
You
not
did
my
very
forte.
well tonight, sis. You did.
Girl, I'm exhausted. Sister is about to open that bottle. I am exhausted.
You did very well. And we also have to thank you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, we'll give thanks.
We also
but
have
no.
to thank you.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, no, but yeah. No, it's teamwork. It's us. This is what the movement is about, sis. And as we progress, we're going to start having more of these conversations, because you're going to talk about social services, the work that you're doing, talking about cases where you're not violating HIP or whatever, anything that you all want to say. This is where we're going to come to turn pain into purpose, people. This HC, she is just a small piece of grain of sand on a beach compared to what the Snap Ministry podcast movement will be, and Beth O and Sisters of J Babe and London Star. Like, we have movements that are really meaningful, that do not live in a delusional social media machine. So again, thank you so much, you all, for being here. Jason, thank you. Morley's, we appreciate you all. We will see you all on the flip hand side. Do not let up off of this justice thing, you all. We will continue to try to help families. J Babe said it. I guess I can't completely walk away from this HC thing, this movement. So I'm going to remain as a comrade with my sisterins. We're going to continue to help people. So, all right, you guys, don't forget to share and like, as my sister said. We out here tricking for likes. I thought I'd never be out here tricking for, but it's for good.
This is free, the subscription on here, so we're not of Hayley's caliber.
Yeah, no. All right, beautiful blessings. Good night, everybody.
Peace and love to everybody. Stay safe.
All right.
Take care. Peace out. Take care.